Hey guys, Sriram here. This is the Sony WI-XB400. I'm going to tell you all about them and also compare these to the C200s which I reviewed earlier. In terms of build and design, these are very similar to the C200s, which is to say okay. My only major complaint is that the neckband is just too flexible. Don't even think about wearing these for workouts or running, these will fall off your neck. Also, they don't have any sort of IP certification, so you definitely want to keep this away from water and sweat. The earbuds are made out of plastic and have a soft touch finish to them. They snap magnetically together so that they don't tangle around when you're not using them. Also, the surfaces are so flat and good to touch that it left me wanting touch controls, but the remote works just as fine. Speaking of the remote, the buttons are really tactile and feel good to press, unlike the really bad buttons on the WI-C200. Although if you look closely, both the remotes are identical, but they feel really different. I guess there are some quality control issues with Sony. The controls work really well and I personally did not face any issues with the connectivity. Although here is something you should know. I am okay with the fact that whenever you turn these earphones on, they connect to the previously connected device. That is totally fine. That is how it should be. But what I find extremely frustrating is the fact that whenever you try to actively connect from a paired device, these just will not connect unless it is manually disconnected from the previous device. The point being, if you want to connect to these earphones, you have to make sure they are not connected to any other device. Also, another weird thing with these earphones is the volume level. I could not find a sweet spot for the volume. Even with single increments or decrements, the volume was either too high or too low for my liking. In terms of fit and comfort, these earphones do fit my ears well, but I found adjusting these earphones every 45 minutes or so because they got a little uncomfortable. Also, a small difference in terms of build quality between the XB400 and the C200 is that the cables running up to the earphones are flat on the XB400. Also, these earphones come with a USB-C port, which is great. They also support fast charging, which means you can get 60 minutes of playback with just 10 minutes of charging. In terms of battery life, these earphones are decent. I wasn't getting as much battery life as I was with the C200s. With my heavy use, which is Netflix, YouTube, music, and a lot of online classes that are going on, I was able to get around 2.5 days of use, but if you are a heavier user, you can expect around 2 days of use. Okay, coming to the sound quality. These sound good overall, but I have two complaints. Before I get to the complaints though, I just want to mention the bass is good. It is definitely better than the WI-C200. Sony claims exceptional bass on their website, which I don't think is entirely true. The bass is present, you can feel it, you can enjoy it, but it is not something that will rattle your head. The soundstage is also slightly better than the WI-C200. So one of my complaints with the audio quality of these earphones is the vocals. The vocals are not as clear as the WI-C200, but don't get me wrong, they are not terrible, they're just not as clear. My second complaint is with the higher frequencies. I felt whenever I reached that 70 to 80% volume level, the highs were a little bit harsh. But overall, I felt these earphones sounded better than the WI-C200. The XB400 are really similar to the C200 in terms of latency as well. I did not find any latency when I was watching videos on YouTube and Netflix, but there is a little bit of delay during gaming. Okay, so the question to be answered here is, do you get your money's worth with the WI-XB400? And honestly, I don't think I can answer that question, mainly because I don't have access to any of the earphones in this price. These are the first and the only earphones I've tested in that 3000 to 4000 rupees segment. But I can tell you this, considering that they lack touch controls, don't have an IP rating, snapping the magnetic earbuds together doesn't pause the music, and have a really flexible cable that renders them useless for working out, these are below average for the price. But I do enjoy listening to music on them. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Like, share, all this good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.